Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible to everyone? Yeah. So, before starting, how was your day? How is your day starting? Are you all very good or sleepy? I'm not going to bore you. I'm just going to explain what are all the real-time experiences I have faced with cybersecurity. So, I hope this session goes very well with you and it's more informative to you. So, before starting the session, let me tell you about myself. So, I've worked across 5 organizations. So, I started my career as IT administrator in Dewson IT, and then I moved into cybersecurity with Cognizant. First, the user access management team, and then I moved to TCS, and that was my place where I learned many things in cybersecurity. And to be specific, I was into identity access management. That is, creating identities of the people who are working across the organizations, clients, everywhere. So I work with 3 kinds of industries. One is the banking industry, that is the banking transaction which is happening, and next is financial. The difference between banking and financial is financial includes the insurance part. So the insurance people, like I'll be open, like I work for a client called USAA, which is a military agent, doing the insurance part for the US military sections. That is the people who are working, who have worked. So those people's identity I was managing with privileged access accounts. So I hope you are aware of what is called an identity, right? So anyone, please feel free. Do you know what is identity? What is an identity? Just be interactive.
A proof that shows who you are.
A proof that shows who you are. Any other?
Something that you know.
Sorry? Anyone? Any example of identity?
Other.
Exactly. Other is your identity, right? What it registers?
Details.
What kind of details?
Name, nation.
Your data. To be precise, your data. Your fingerprint, your eyeball, everything. So, an Aadhaar card contains the whole of your data. That is called an identity. What is access? Anyone? Access.
Privilege to use the particular thing.
Privileged use. Any other? Okay. Good. Access. So access is what level of privilege you are having to access some data. If you are a local person, you will not be having an administrator access, right? You are using your systems. So you are just logging in as a user. A user is different from an administrator. Administrator has the rights to change what you can access, what you cannot access. Whereas a user has a limitation, right? So this is the difference between identity and access. So I was working with both. That is creating identities, managing them, and managing the privilege accounts. So creating identities and accessing them for users as well as administrators. So today we are going to explore about just 6 places. Simple. I am not going to make it complex for you to understand, just easy to understand. First thing is data secure explosion. What people can do with data. The future world, the present world is going around data. Whatever data you have is going to be much valuable. You know, right? Like we are seeing many YouTubes, social medias. What those contain? You are logging in. You are accessing something. You are posting your data, ideas, or whatever you want. So, what is called a data here? Data. Let me explain. Like you are logging in, right, with your email account and your password. That's a data. You are accessing something inside, right? You are viewing a video or a photo. You are posting something. That's a data. So these are all the data which are being collected in social media. So I just want to make a cautious statement here. In the real time, please be cautious with whatever you post, because your privacy is, you are selling your privacy. When you post something in your social media or in the internet, it's getting overloaded to the globe. Anyone can access. Do you know Facebook CEO, Mark, right? Everyone know Mark, right? A bunch of data got hacked. Do you know what age of people's data was hacked? He apologized in the court for leaking them, for not having a proper security to manage that data. Do you know what is the age between what the data leakage was? It was the teenage till the youngsters. Everything, everyone's life was at stock. So whatever you handle in the internet, it comes in your hands to sell your privacy. So please be cautious in whatever you post. Nowadays, many people are selling their privacy for money. I don't know what value does it give, because money which we earn is for our living, for our privacy, for our everything what we do. If you are selling that, what is the point of having money? You got my point, right? So, next thing is AI fundamentals for cybersecurity. What an AI module or AI kind of security can make the data more secure. So that is the second point. How does the AI help manage the data through cybersecurity? Third thing is how we build the smart security models for managing the data. Do you know India actually has faced many ransomware attacks, cybersecurity attacks, cyber attacks from 2025 till 2026. There is a 15% increase in the money which has been spent for securing the data. That is, last year it was 22.5 crores and this year it is 26 crores. So that amount of security breach is happening because we don't have a proper secure model for managing the data what we have. AIMS in Delhi was attacked, cyber attack was done in the AIMS Delhi. Do you know what data was being hacked by the hijackers, the cybersecurity hackers? It's the patient's data, doctor's data, everything, their identity, their fingerprint, their medical history. Anyone can do anything about it. Anyone can do anything about it. Your vote can also be pressed by someone else with their fingerprint, unless and until it's been secured properly. So here, the fourth point is my experience with the identity access management and privilege access management. And the fifth one, I haven't done any live demonstration so far, let me be frank enough. I just explain you on how the AI is going to find out the anomaly data or some threat data that I show you. And what is the future of AI security? Got it, right? So finally, the question and answer section. So yes, daily, what you do, your daily activities, more than your physical activities, what kind of things you do? Simple. You log in into your Gmail, you access your bank accounts, you go to GPay, you access, if you are working in a company, right, you will be given a VPN to access from some other location. You will be in Chennai. The client will be in US. The US person or the client will be asking you to work in their VPN, meaning you should go into their network to access their data. So this is for a professional, that's it, accessing company through VPN. Scanning your ID card. Of course, you will be scanning your ID card. When you go out and join a company, right, you will be having an ID card, you will be swiping it, your login time is being recorded. Of course, I think faculties are doing it now, right? You will be having a fingerprint, you will be registering it, your time will be noted, your activities will be noted. So that is the daily activity. The final one, which I said before, the social media. Of course, if you are stepping out of the college and going to take a mobile ride, immediately, I think 90% of the people will go to Instagram or Snapchat, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Right? Everyone will be asking that. So, that is your regular activity. That has been your regular activity. You will not be bothering about what you are doing in your mobile. You know your mobile is being noted. Do you know your mobile is being tracked? Anyone can access your data. Do you know that? Anyone. Any cyber attack can be done on your mobile to take your data. Data is not about photos or videos, it's your identities. You are giving your fingerprint in the mobile for accessing it, right? You'll be having a PIN for that. So those are all the data which are being processed on a daily basis. You see, there are millions of people using Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Gmail, everything. There are millions of people. Have you ever thought that your data is being secured or not before posting something or before giving a like? You would have seen something in an Instagram or a YouTube post which you would have liked, and when you go again, right, you will be finding some related post to it. Same related post, next to next. Have you ever thought why it's happening? Because there is an algorithm. The psychology plays here a vital role. If you are in a depressed mode, you are just liking some post which has been quote or a video or something. On the next few days, you will be receiving the same kind of data from various places. If you go to YouTube, you will get the same kind of related data. Go to Instagram, you will get it. Have you ever thought why it's happening? Because you have given access. First, you will agree the terms, and then only they will allow you to access Instagram or Gmail or whatever you want, right? So, in the beginning itself, you are being given an agreement to sign that my data is being sold on my consent. So you cannot question that. Companies are more cautious in that. You can download Instagram, you can download WhatsApp, you can download Gmail or whatever you want. How do they make money? Have you ever thought about how they make money? A login gives money. A like gives them money. A comment gives them money. You would have gone across a universal dialogue in the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. That's money. That's money. So to be precise enough, the data which you have, before you share it anywhere, think well enough and understand whether it's going to be secure or not. So next thing, this is what I was saying. Security teams, we have various teams with cybersecurity. I'm in the Identity Access Management team. There is a team called SOC, SOC Analyst, Security Operations. They manage the security operations, where they face vulnerability challenges, security threats, malware detections, these kind of things they detect. And they track down. They analyze why it's happening. You see, you are a user logging in from Chennai, okay? You will be regularly logging in from Chennai. Imagine someone logging in with your account from Moscow, Russia. Suddenly, you are logging in at 10 a.m. basis, let's say. Suddenly, you are logging in at 2 a.m. from Moscow. Isn't that a threat? Isn't that something which you have to think about? You got the point, right? So that is a threat. So your identity is being stored there. It's being hacked. Every 6 months once or 3 months once, have you ever changed your password anywhere? Unless and until there is a threat or there is a mail or there is something which comes into your account, like someone has been trying to access your account. Unless and until that, have you ever changed your passwords? Have you ever updated it? I think many of us wouldn't have done it, including myself, because we are not bothered of what we are having. We are not bothered of what they can do. You know, hackers are very simple. They just need an algorithm. They just need to find what is happening inside, how the data has been processed, and they can easily attack. Simple algorithms, simple programming. You know, AI is not only used for security. AI is being used by hackers also for attacking. So, yes, millions of logs are being done daily. As I said before, you are logging in, liking, sharing, subscribing, whatever you do is a data. Whatever apps you are having is having your data. You know, your Gmail account will be linked to your Instagram, your O365, your Snapchat, or whatever apps you have. Everything is being linked into one email account. So have you ever thought that if someone accesses your Gmail account, he can access everything, whatever you have? Whatever you have. And he can steal whatever data you are viewing. You are seeing your mobile, right? He can also see your mobile when you open it, if he hacks. Unless and until you notice it. Yeah. So that is a threat. That is a threat. That is where cybersecurity comes into place. So I hope you understand that. So there are multiple applications, as I said before, and multiple cloud platforms. Before, when I was a student, right, that was the time when cloud was starting, AWS, Azure. So these were all the starting platforms when I passed out from the college. But after 4 years of college only, I got the chance to work with Entra ID, that is Azure, and AWS, and other platforms like Oracle. So daily, there is a cyber attack which has been happening. Multiple hackers have been trying to access your data. Am I boring you? I hope the people from the last able to hear me. Is it okay? Yeah. So, very simple. Every day is a data. Every day, whatever you do, whatever activity you are doing is a data. It's being collected. It's being noted. You go here from your class to your bus. You are being tracked if you have a mobile, wherever you are. You have a mobile in your home, you have a Wi-Fi switched on. Anyone can track you, wherever you are. Right? Whether you're sitting or standing or whatever you're doing, what you're seeing, what your house has, anyone can see it. So I suggest everyone, including the faculty, as a request that whenever you go to sleep, switch off the Wi-Fi, switch off your internet. Is it fine? Can anyone do it? I think the faculties can do, but you cannot do. Because you used to access your mobile only in the night, right? So you won't switch off your Wi-Fi. Am I right? You will switch off your mobile in the night? Huh? That's great. That's great actually. I don't think so, because your project works, your assignments, everything is being shared through mobile. And that's a good thing I got to know. You are switching off your mobile, it's a great thing. Fine. So yes, as I said before, the types of security data, it's the identity. That is your login, your authentication attempts, your password resets. That is called identity. What is access? So access is permissions, roles, access requests, privilege channels. So third thing, the network. Network data, the network traffic, IP addresses, DNS queries. So the fourth one is the system logs, server logs, application logs, firewall logs. And finally comes the threat intelligence, external attack data, known signatures, IP blacklists. So here, I would like to explain about one thing, like so, yeah. Have you ever thought how the cyber security people track down hackers? You have seen some movies also, right? Your locations will be changing, your IP addresses will be changing. So how it is being detected? How it is being detected by the cyber security people? That's what I explained few minutes before. You are daily logging in at 10 a.m. from Chennai. Suddenly your login changes from Chennai to Moscow at 2 a.m. That's a threat. That's where the data security people will be tracking it down. And that consumes time because millions of people are accessing data. So here is where AI is needed. Now comes the point of AI. You know, right? To analyze a log, to analyze a threat, to analyze whatever is being gone through, it takes much time and energy, more tools, more money, more energy. And you know, it takes up to 277 days approximately to find someone who has logged in anonymously in a data, in a place, or in a database and accessing your data. Isn't that too much time? 277 days is almost a year. About a year, if someone is accessing your data, isn't that a threat? Anyone can do, right? So that's where AI comes into place. An AI module can find that anomaly. Like whoever is there, right? There will be multiple threats which have been ongoing on daily basis. You need to identify which is the one which we need to track down. That is where AI algorithm helps. So I hope this makes sense. This is the 5 V's of security data. First thing is volume. Second thing is velocity. Third is variety. Fourth is velocity. Fifth one is value. As I said before, we are processing data on a daily basis. That is a large amount of data. Excessive amount of data. I think there will be thousands of students here hundreds of staffs here, your every data is being recorded, right? From where you come, what is your date of birth, what is your mail account, who is your spouse, who is your relative, or what your fingerprint. You know, right? Your fingerprint, everything is being recorded, everything is a data. What? See, I'm not repeating myself as data is, data is, data is. The thing why I am specifying is, we don't have any other word other than data. That's all. Data is money. Data is threat. Data is whatever happening now. Very simple. Very simple to understand. So, excessive amount of data is excessive amount of threat. So, your privacy is the main thing which is having the data. So, these are the 5 V's which we need to take care in cybersecurity. That is, first, securing the data. You are processing a larger amount of data, volume. Second is velocity. The velocity is where the AI is needed. What I said is large amount of data, large amount of threats, large amount of malware reductions. You can't find which one is the right one. That is where AI comes in. That is where AI helps you to find out, which is the point you need to note. So, second one. And the third one is variety. As I said before, identity is a different thing. Access is a different thing. Governance is a different thing. Operations is different thing. So, each and everything has a variety of data. Access is what level of access? You can, for example, you are accessing your system in the computer lab. You will be having a limitation to use to an extent. An administrator will have an extent of access beyond you to adjust whatever is happening, to see whatever is happening, to track down. And the fourth one is accuracy. Fifth one is value. So these are the 5 forces that make security data impossible to handle manually. Everything needs to be handled manually means we need a large amount of people. Is it possible? That's why we are having many apps, security data models to track down whatever is happening. Yeah, so now the part 3. AI fundamentals, the understanding of AI. What is AI? You basically know that artificial intelligence is processing whatever we request. Anyone have used ChatGPT? I hope everyone. So, what are the other types of AI chatbots you are using? Claude, Gemini. Sorry? A bit louder, please. Perplexity, DeepSeek. Okay. So, what kind of thing it does? What it does? Why you handle it? Why you use it? Sorry? You can be free, just you can speak out. What kind of activity do you do in the AI chatbots? Apart from this, there are few chatbots which you are using, you might use on daily basis. Do you know that? Have you used Zomato? Anyone? Zomato, Swiggy, or Zepto? Anyone? Anyone have used it? In the previous days, there were customer support executives who are handling the requests or complaints. Now it's being replaced with chatbots. It detects the word which the customer says and it replies on its own, thinking and processing. So that is AI. That is, you are feeding a data and it thinks on its own by finding an algorithm. So a user is having a bad review. Say, if a user is giving a bad review, there are multiple millions of users who might give a bad review. They will be having a keyword, and that keyword is a detection how the chatbot finds whether the user is happy or sad or unhappy or unsatisfied, whatever it is. So that's how the chatbot processes it. That is one place which I am giving you as an example of what AI is. So AI is, first it has a data. Whatever you give is a data. So that data, with the help of AI model, that just learns the pattern, and then it helps us to decide whether to communicate further or whatever you want. You want a refund. The refund word is a keyword which the chatbot process and gives to the customer support executive. There were, I think, thousands of customer support executive. Now it's being replaced by just 10 people. Because unless and until the chatbot itself satisfies 900 people and only few reach to customer support, only if it's more focused or more needed. So AI, in simple English, AI learns patterns from the data and helps make decisions. Will AI replace humans? The question to you. Will AI replace humans? No, right? Why? How? How and why? Anyone? Sorry, I'm boring you, brother. Yes, sir. Okay. So, yes. Sorry?
It cannot make decisions.
It cannot make decisions. Okay. But there are robots that make decisions, right? Sorry? Anyone from here? Anyone? Feel free. See, I was also a person from there only. I know how it feels. You can be free. Yes? So AI cannot replace humans. As you said, AI can give suggestion, but it cannot take a decision. AI can give you the data or a thread or the required information which you want, but it cannot make decision unless and until you give a prompt. And AI doesn't know what you need, right? Likewise, unless and until there are human interventions in every part, AI cannot replace humans. I heard a week back for a person who was admitted in Apollo, he was suggested by the doctor to take a bypass, that is, containing himself and doing an operation. So there was another way which was suggested to him. Will you prefer bypass by the doctors or through a robot? He took what? Anyone? Yes. You know what happened? It was just managed by few doctors. Human intervention was done, but the robot did the operation, and it was a success. A bypass surgery, cutting yourself, is being nullified. Just a small bone was given here, and the heart disease was easily eradicated to him. Within a week, he's back home. So the work gets concise, but there should be a human intervention to handle it. Unless and until a human intervention is there, AI cannot replace humans. So, for an example, on a daily basis, you will have a Gmail, right? There will be a folder called spam. You know what is spam, right? Spam is from the beginning. Once you open a Gmail, you will be having a spam folder. So that spam folder is, why there is a spam folder? Because it detects automatically whether the mail which is being received by your account is a phishing email or an unrelated email, and then it puts into the spam folder. That is the simple thing which I can explain about AI. AI does this in a large amount. Simple. Daily you are doing daily you will be having a spam folder. You won't be visiting it, but that is the simple example which I can give you. So next thing. So presently what we are having as a security is, it's a rule-based one. That is, we will be having you are doing program, right? You are doing programming, right? There will be a program like, if so and so, then do this. We will be having a programming language like this, right? That is the traditional security which we are having at present. So what is the AI replacing? So the AI learns the pattern, detects the unknown attacks, responds faster, and reduces the false positives. Like, you are getting 500 threads on a daily basis means there will be one thread inside that one which will be actually attacking your data, which you might think that it is not much bother. That the AI algorithm helps you to find out. So yes, so like the topic given, the data is being transmitted to the AI intelligence, which further defends it. Got it, right? So I'll give you a real-time example of what has happened. So there was a recent cyber attack on the UK government. So the attacker name was, hacker group was Exfil Squad. It targeted multiple UK accounts. Do you know why? It attacked the police data. So not only the criminals data, the police data. So what the hacker can do? He can remove anyone who is a criminal. He can add anyone who is a criminal. So you might not know whether your identity is being sold. For example, you are working in a UK police, right? So you will be a police. You might be transformed into a criminal with by the hacker. So that was a recent one. Do you know how it happened? Do you know how it happened? Simple. They use credentials. That is, creating a fake identity. Like, see, you might have gone through some places where you don't know your identity will be already present. See, for example, let me tell you, you will be having an IEEE login, right? You will be having an IEEE login. As I said before, your Gmail will be linked to multiple accounts. Your Gmail to Facebook, Gmail to Instagram, Gmail to an application, DeepSeek or a ChatGPT. You know, ChatGPT tracks you down on whatever data you are requesting it. So it easily finds out whether you are a student or a faculty or a professional. So the hacker stole 1 lakh police identities. He was accessing it for multiple days. Expel Squad. You can note it down and you can research it. Expel Squad hacking. So this hacker group attacked the UK police data. So next thing is, have you known about any ransomware attack which happened in India? Anyone? You will be having your phone. Someone from the North India will be calling you. What is your card number? You can transact me one rupee. I will send you 10,000 rupees. Anyone have faced it? On a regular basis, we are having a call. Here, once if you call someone, you will be getting a default mode. If there are cyber attacks, contact police, contact cyber crime. Have you ever thought about it? How they are hacking you? Your number is linked to your bank account. Your number is linked to your PAN account. Your number is linked to your Gmail account. Your number is linked to your many of the places, Instagram, Snapchat, anywhere they can take, OLX, just dial, anywhere your number is being tracked. Just the last four numbers is enough for them to take your money. You know, right? So, it's a regular general thing which is happening right now for every one of us. Do you think they have much knowledge about hacking? No, they are using AI. They don't know to speak English, but they use AI to hack. Then, obviously, we need AI to secure the data. So, without AI, you will be getting, as I said before, too many alerts, slow response time, manual investigations, critical threats. And with AI, we will be having faster detection, better prioritization, reduced workloads, and improved visibility. So this is what I said. So you are logging in from Chennai at 10 a.m. and suddenly all of a sudden you will be logging in from 2 a.m. This is a suspicious login. You will not know. How does this work? There should be a security model with merged with AI to detect this immediately. Like a spam folder. It detects with keywords, whether this is a spam or not. I think there is a movie, simple, I don't want to specify whatever it is. The Cardi spelling will be wrong. Simple. You will not be able to visibly find out that this is the wrong spelling, this is the right spelling, whatever you do. That's a simple hacking method, what hackers do. Say your name is Gautam, for example. Your actual name is Gowtham, Gautam. But the hacker will simply change W into U, simple. And have all your identities there. You yourself will not be able to find what's wrong with the identity. Right? You will log in, he will also log in. You will view something, he will also view what you are viewing. He will access what you are accessing. If you go to a bank account, you are doing a GPay, he will be visibly noting what numbers are being pressed. So this is a security threat. So how to handle this? If you go for a manual investigation, right, it will take multiple days. If you have an AI model to detect this, you can find within few days or even few hours. Like it will simply put that your name is GOW, but here it's GOU, and your identities are being hacked here. Simple, it will find out. So yes, you will start a car. When it runs normally, you find it's good. If there is a sound that changes, you will obviously find out that it's not working good, right? That's what it is. It just visibly shows you something is wrong here. Immediately. You don't need to spend hours or days or months of time. As I said before, for a manual investigation, whether a hacker is present in your organization, it takes up to 277 days approximately. And for the 277 days, he will be accessing your data. Will you allow it? No, right? So you want your data to be secure immediately. That's why AI comes to this. So yes, there is a simple AI technique which is being done on a regular basis. A mail is coming, AI filters it, shows whether it's a phishing or a safe mail, and then it gives you into a decision whether you want this mail or not. So, example is spam mail versus genuine email which you receive, safe versus malicious, authorized versus unauthorized access. So these are a few examples. How does AI detect whether it's a threat or a normal data? Based on the patterns. Based on what patterns? Whatever data you give. See, you have been given a project to do, right? You have been given a project to do. Obviously, first and foremost, you will go to ChatGPT, right? To find out how to do this. Then what you will do? You will find the pattern, how it's responding. Whatever data you needed it, you will take it from that. And whatever you don't need it, you segregate it. So, AI learns that pattern. Multiple students, millions of people, millions of questions. It knows the pattern on how we will be asking the question and what it needs to answer. There will be an option, if you see in the deep sea, there will be an option, think smart. Has anyone used it? Anyone used deep sea? Think smart. Have you used that option? Do you know what that option does? It will obviously go to behind bar and access multiple data across the globe to find what is the best answer which it can give for your query. The same query which you ask without saying smart will be blunt. Just it will answer whatever you are asking. If you just click that option, it will analyze all the data and give you the best of it. So, it will learn, for example, past logins, access changes, past incidents, and how it can use today, help you today. It can predict the risk accordingly, it can predict the attack. So, when it learns these three, that is, the login, changes, incidents, it can easily detect the risk, attack, and how it can secure your data now. So, AI predicts account compromise, insider threats, security incidents, privilege misuse. So, yes, as I asked before, identity access management. As I asked before, I am repeating my question. What is identity? Your Aadhaar is your identity. Your PAN is your identity. So when you join an organization, what is your identity in that organization? Your login and password. You will be having a login and password. You will be given a separate email account, a separate ID, and a password. You will not be allowed to use someone's account on behalf of him and log in into the system. That's a fraud. That's a threat. No one will be allowed to do so. Any organization you join, you will be signing an agreement that you will be securing the data, whatever you have, mainly your login and password. Because I am logging into his account with his ID and I am sending a malicious email to someone else. Who will be caught? Himself. I will be accountable, but he will be punished. Why? Because I have used his ID. I have sent data from his account. He did not save his ID. He left it. He did not detect it. So, an identity defines a person in an organization. So, that's why I work it. So, when I work with Cognizant, right, I work with the user access management team. Basically, the user access management team does simple work. It creates the employee account. That is, it creates the employee account with default access. We used to get requests through ServiceNow. There is a portal called ServiceNow. Have anyone heard about it? ServiceNow? Snow. Anyone heard about that? So note that word and search for that so that you can find what ServiceNow does. So we will be getting the request through ServiceNow, and that request needs to be approved by the manager, and then the user account will be created. There will be a particular format for each and every user. If he's a permanent employee, right, there is a different login for him. He will be having a different level of access. If he's a contractor, he will be having a limited access. He is also an employee, but a contractor. So there are multiple kind of identities within an organization. For example, let us take your college. So you have a principal who have the highest level of access. Then comes the HOD, who have the department level of access as a head. Then comes the faculty. Then comes the lab assistant. Then comes everyone. So everyone are working in the college, but everyone have different level of access. And finally comes the student who have a limited access, right? So everyone come to the college, but each and everyone have different kind of access, different kind of identity, right? You have a roll number, right? Does anyone's roll number is same? It's a different one, right? That's an identity. So you have an access to the lab. You can access the lab, but you cannot access the server, right? A lab, a security administrator only will be handling the servers. So that's called access difference. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Any questions here to find the difference between identity and access? Identity is a unique thing which defines you. Access is the level of privilege you have to access some data. That's all. So as I said before, IAM data is everywhere. See, I came here. I don't have any kind of access to your any kind of systems or any kind of lab or whatever it is. I have a very limited privilege that I can use my data here to make you emphasize about whatever session I am doing. Other than that, I don't have any access, right? Will I be given the access to go into the server room? No, right? I am a guest. So a guest has a limited access. So the difference, what I am saying here is, you have an employee who is doing a hard. For example, you can take Amazon. Everyone knows Amazon, right? Amazon. I'm going to do it. You can continue. Guys,
We have 10 minutes.
Check. So yes, as I said before, IAM is the entry place where security threats are much higher. As I said before, with a simple Aadhaar, we can collect your all data, right? There is a threat to us which we don't realize, that you take an Aadhaar Xerox. If you take the same Aadhaar Xerox extra copies and you leave it as it is, and your data can be stolen, will you be leaving it as it is? No, right? So that's the place where AI comes into conflict. Now government is taking many steps to secure the data, but unfortunately hackers are more intelligent to attack the data. See, if you go to a hospital, right, your data has been collected. You are going to a corporate hospital, let's say. You are going to a corporate hospital for some treatment. First, they will note your name, age, date of birth, your Aadhaar card, everything will be noted there. Have you heard about blockchain? What does the blockchain do? What does a blockchain do? Why it is being used? Anyone? Anyone? Blockchain. Have anyone heard about it? So what is a blockchain? Blockchain is very simple. Your data has been collected. Say we have Meta group of hospitals. Okay, you are going to a treatment place where you are getting treatment. You are going to some other place that is say Managaram or wherever it is, the second branch. You are going there. You don't need to give the fresh data there. Your data has been already stored here, which is being interconnected to that hospital. So they can pull your data from the Chennai branch. That's what a blockchain is simple to define. So here, do you think your data will be secure? Why did the hackers want to attack the hospital data? You know why? Because they can make you a patient, they can make you normal. You are normal, right? You are getting a report, you are going for a blood test, you are getting a report. They can change your report, simple. You'll be having heart disease all of a sudden. They can access any data, they can change any of your identity. They can make you a patient, they can make you out of a patient. So, here is where security is a more threat. How this is being attacked? That's using identity. That's where comes identity into place. If you are creating a fake account, if some hacker will be creating a fake account, he will be finding out the algorithm, how the data has been managed. He will check it. He will give the same kind of algorithm to access the data with the anomalous identity. There will be some person who has been worked with the organization. He will be going out, and same kind of person will be again accessing the data, but inside person who is managing this data will not be finding it because he might think the same person is inside the organization, but he would have been left out. To find that identity is wrong, it takes much time. But when we use an AI model to detect it, it finds within hours, within seconds, that this person is already exited and suddenly this person is accessing the data. You need to check it out. So there, a SOC analyst, security operations analyst, will come into place, find how it has been accessed, log the account, make it dormant. That's all. Simple. So this can be done on a simple basis if you use AI. Everything is being logged through identity only. Maximum attacks are being done through identity and access, whatever level of access we have. So, IAM is one of the richest data sources for AI. So, yes, I'll explain this after the next. So, we'll go for a break and we'll connect after a few minutes. I hope you are relaxed for a few minutes. And again, I'm here to bore you. Please bear with me. Yeah, fine. So now we'll go with the next thing. That is, from my experience, I have worked with identity access management and privilege access management. The difference between identity access management is managing normal users and managing the administrators and privileged access people, whoever it is. So, the first use case here is privilege accounts. what are the privileged accounts which I specify here is they have the highest level of access. As I said before, your principal or your head of the department will have the highest level of access, and then comes the next people. So that's the difference between privileged and non-privileged people. So privileged accounts and the non-privileged accounts. So this is the privileged account which I am specifying here. So let me give an example from my CyberArk experience. As I said before, an administrator is logging in to change the password for the privileged accounts. Okay? So CyberArk is one of the tools for managing the privileged accounts. So what is CyberArk? To concisely, what I would like to explain here is, CyberArk is one thing that secures your account. Right? How it repeatedly changes the password once in a while. So, for example, you are logging in for a session to do some administrative activity with that account. You are logging in, you are doing the activity, you are logging out. While you're logging in, you will be logging in with an ID and a password, right? The password will sync for 30 seconds and then it will change the password. So, when the password is getting changed then and there for every 30 seconds, no one can easily attack the account using the same ID. Say an ID is 1234 and the password, say if it's ABCD, okay? So the user is logging in with this user ID and a password. And with 30 seconds, the ABCD will be changed into CDBA or EFGH or whatever it is. So on a regular basis, the password is being updated. When the password is being updated, how come the hacker will be easily able to break the algorithm? That's not possible, right? That's where CyberArk is being used. So this is mainly used for privileged accounts. So what I did was, I used to create privileged accounts specifically for managing the medical records of the military officers in USAA, which is an organization in the US military, which manages the insurance and health records of the military people who are working. So using this privilege account, they will be accessing the user's data, say a military person's data, whoever is needed. So this is one place where I worked. In the real-time incident, I go, you have all known about the Iran and US conflict, right? There is a cyber attacking people from Iran who have attacked US medical firms through cyber attack. And the cyber attacking people name here in Iran is called Handala. So these people have tried up to 6 to 7 times to attack the medical firms, organizations in US as a part of the war which has been gone through. So why they want these records? If they get these records, they can threaten the US that the data is being stolen from them, which will obviously create the people in a very agitative manner to go against the government. So this is one strategy which was tried by Iran to attack US and bring them down, but it failed. You know why? Because US used AI intelligence, that is AI model, to track down who is attacking the firm. The threat detection was instant, that US immediately got into place to stop that, and they failed. So this is one real-time example which happened very recently. So next thing. So identity governance. So what is governance? As I said before, identity access is different. Identity governance is different. Governance is checking the level of access, governing you, governing the level of access having for each and every identity. There are managers who manage this, and the managers have to review multiple accounts manually if they don't have the AI, and they need multiple people to review each and every account. See, you are being given a temporary level of access, administrative access, right? If that doesn't get revoked, there is a threat or there is a suspicious thing to be thought that that account can be used for a wrong purpose. So the manager has to check each and every account manually for the level of access whatever they are having. So until and unless they check it, they will not be able to know who is having what level of access. A subordinate, say a low level of an employee is having an administrator level of access. It's a huge threat. His identity can be misused. His access can be misused. Managing the access is called governance. So identity access is different, identity governance is different. So when come to governance, I will give you another real world example. Recently, Tata Electronics, have you heard about Tata Group, right? The Tata Electronics was being cyber attacked. Do you know how much data the hackers stole? It's 630 GB. Can you imagine? 630 GB data was stolen. Do you know what data was stolen? The Tata Electronics had a collaboration with Tesla and Apple. Their engineering documents were stolen. So when the data or a patent is being stolen, it can be misused. So why this happened? Because they did not govern the level of access each and everyone had. So that's where the cyber attacking people or the hackers come into the place and attack the data and they steal it. So each and every organization has its own patent, its own engineering codes, its own engineering, programming data, and this data is unique from everyone. You see, Apple is a competitor of Samsung. So likewise, there are many competitors. These competitors behind the bars, usually, they will try to get the data or the pattern on how they are doing the upgrades. Do you know what kind of data was told from Tata Electronics? As I said, it was from Apple and Tesla. It was actually Apple iPhone 18 Pro engineering code that was being tried to hack. So when they learn the pattern, right, they can bring down their competitor. So they can easily track them down. That's why it was done. So this can be detected or stopped when you have a security automated AI detector to know whether the governance level of access is being reviewed on a regular basis. Usually in organizations, right, we will be given a set of access. Once you join the organization outside in an IT company or wherever corporate you go, you will be given an identity and an access. So this access will be reviewed on a quarterly basis or monthly basis or half-yearly basis. You know why? Because between that period, many people would have resigned. Many people would have taken leave. They will have a level of access or high level of access or privileged level of access. That needs to be cut down when they are not working. When we run access certifications, when the manager runs access certifications, that can be identified. But the manager, if he does this manually, it takes much time. When he uses AI, it's a short period of time. So that's the difference. So yes, and next thing, it's the phishing detection. So here I will give an example of another real-time example here. So phishing, you know, right? Phishing is not phishing, like the email which finds what mail is suspicious, what mail is spam, what mail is phishing. So AI usually analyzes the email content, the behavior of the email, the sender's reputation and link pattern. You will have in my organization there was a cyber attack that was attempted, but it got failed. You know what? Simply we got a phishing mail with some person's identity at Infosys.com. Do you know what was the difference? Very small difference. It is Infosys, right? But it was InfoYS. You will not be visibly identifying this when you receive an email unless there is an AI which has the pattern, user's behavior, and sender's reputation that finds the keyword, whether it's correct or not. When that detects, it easily identifies whether it's a phishing mail or a spam mail or which needs to be reported. So that's one thing. So there was an Operation Double Barrel campaign. Hackers used AI-generated code to create convincing phishing pages. You know how organizations are being attacked? Like some organizations, they create fake employee accounts. Employee accounts as in, we will apply for a job. There will be a fake identity person who will be applying for the job. He will be given an access inside the job portal. Once he gets an access into the job portal, he obviously accesses the code. When he accesses the code, the page, whichever he is being viewing, he can find what are all the keywords which can be used to break down and go into the main page of the organization. There will be strict restrictions there unless and until the cyber security is being tightened. In that place, they can easily get through into the organization, which cannot be found out unless and until the access is being reviewed. Every employee or every job searching person is applying for a job. Not everyone is getting reviewed. That's the place where the hackers use. That's the point where hackers go into the organization's account and they steal the data. So the hackers themselves are using AI to attack. You know how? We are receiving phishing emails, right? They compile the phishing emails. They go into, for example, in a simple words, what I can say is, they will concise all the phishing emails into one document. For your view, I'm saying. They will put it into an AI chatbot. They will find the keywords on how their phishing emails are being found. They will take this, they will remove those words. They will use fresh words to attack. As simple as that. So, how this can be detected? Unless and until you are being reviewing on a daily basis, or a quarterly basis, or a monthly basis, you won't be able to find it out. So, you can't be each and every time reviewing the 1,000 accounts or lakh of accounts which you have. You need AI there. So there should be a human intervention to find whether the accounts are right or wrong. And your activities should be on a regular basis. The AI itself prompts so and so timeline. You have not done the review. So obviously you will go and fall into the review, right? So yes, that's one thing. Next thing. So as a part here, AI is not going to replace humans. So I think many of the people are thinking that AI will replace humans. As I said before, there was an operation done, I think in the previous session I mentioned here, there was an operation done for a bypass surgery patient with robo, but there was human intervention. There should be nurses. There should be physical help, which needs to be done for the person who is getting operated. So, human intervention is must. AI simplifies your activities. So, for example, in my organization previously, I worked with 3 accounts. So one was a whole LIC, that is a client from Europe. They wanted to manage only user accounts. Simple. Create users, give them access, check their access, go and perform the governance activity on regular basis, and just manage them. That's all. If an employee is getting removed or resigning, just remove the level of access. That's all. But next, I moved to another client. As I said before, it's USAA. That is the military, US military's insurance agent. So they were more secure. The level of security to explain was like, even in the ODC, we will not be able to use mobile phones. Only we will be able to use their laptops. We will be tracked down on what we are doing, how much hours you are working, how much minutes you are taking break. So these were all tracked down. But they also faced a cyber attack. They also faced a cyber attack. You know how? You know how? There was a fake identity. The fake identity was not reviewed. It was missed because that was managed by humans. There was a team of 20 people who were managing 10,000 accounts. 10,000 accounts were being certified on a regular basis. They missed one identity, which caused a severe pay to get them back on track. Ransom attacks doesn't have same kind of identities. There are differences. Each and every attack has a difference. To specify, I will say one thing. Recently, the US water systems, you know, right? Water systems in US are also being managed and got through some vendors. So they are managed in 7 states. So those were attacked. You know what was attacked? They can't open the water for them. There were limitations. There were many restrictions to give access. And this place was where the hackers attacked. Once they attacked this, the US government had to pay them or either to revive them. They had to revive them to provide them water. You got right? So unless and until it's been reviewed, it's been got back, you'll not be able to give the water. So what did the US do? They tried to recover back, then they built an even more stronger security. So there, AI played a role. So yes. So yes, so finally, we are coming to the summary. So, the key takeaways, as I said before, whatever you are having is data. Your ID card, your fingerprint. Even there was a proposal even for ATM. You will be if you go to an ATM, what you will do? You will insert the card, you will put the money whatever you want, or you will deposit it, and you will come back. That's what is happening, right? There was a proposal, a couple of proposals were given. One was fingerprint. Whoever is having the card will only be able to dispense the cash. Another proposal was given, but it was not taken into account. Do you know what it is? It's your breath. You are breathing more. A person for age after 18 or after 15 will be having a breathing sense. His breathing will be in a proportion. That proportion was analyzed. That was proposed. But that was not taken into account because everyone have health hazard. That's not practically possible. So that was not taken into account, but on few cases, on major accounts or like big accounts, the fingerprint is a must. So everything which you have is a data. I once again emphasize everyone that whatever you are posting or having in your accounts social accounts, social media, Gmail or your drive, whatever it is, think before you post it. Think before you upload it. Because once your data is being stolen, it can be used for any purpose, any identity. You will never know. As I said before, our police is being regularly reminding of cyber crimes from North India. First it was card, now it is GPay. Obviously, there will be a development and there will be a development in cyber attack as well. We have to be cautious. So, what does AI does to save is AI converts data to intelligence. So, when AI comes into place to secure the data, it will obviously make you help to find the threat easily. So, identity data is valuable. Your identity is much valuable than anything. Your privacy is much valuable than anything. So whatever you post, whatever you have in internet, think, think, think before you upload. Think before you ask a question. Your security breach once done can never be revived. Your identity once been stolen is too tough to revive. I'm not threatening, I'm just making you cautious. I hope you got my point, everyone. So, human intervention, human expertise remains essential. AI can never replace humans. AI doesn't have any emotions. Maybe in movies, emotions might come up, not on real time. In real time, you know what? There is a robo which was designed in China, which had the AI capacity of analyzing the world's climate. And it was asked, I think you can find it on YouTube, it was asked, which is the place you would prefer to stay? You know where it proposed? It proposed India. Because its sustainability is easier in India. If you go to across other countries, right? If you go to west, extreme weather conditions. If you go to east, there are different weather conditions. You know, in Australia, the ozone layer is very less above the globe. So, the robo even has the capacity to analyze climate differences. But it cannot do it unless the data is being fed into it. How the data can be fed? The human intervention is coming there. Unless a human intervention is there, AI can never be replaced. AI can never replace humans. So, finally, this is the future of cybersecurity. That is, as I said before, AI SOC, that is Security Operations Center. And the next thing, the identity analytics, AI-driven identity intelligence, the agentic AI, autonomous threat detection, zero trust security, never trust, always verify. So these are the main parts where cybersecurity will be even more growing. There will be a lot of opportunities because we are obviously not everyone is getting a chance to secure their data. Everyone needs someone to secure their data. So there will be a development in cybersecurity as data gets added. Every day data is being processed. Every day data is being given, taken. Everything is being done. So AI can never replace humans, and cybersecurity plays a vital role to manage the data. So, thank you everyone. So I hope there will be at least one or two takeaways from this session. So, thank you everyone. If you have any questions, you can come up. What? I mean, I'll try to clarify or I'll try to learn. So, any questions? Any questions, please? I think one or two will make sense. Any one, two questions? from any of you. There will be a takeaway from my side also. So I can learn from you. Sorry?
Anyone is using our mails or our WhatsApp, how can we prevent them? Even though they are uploaded security app, how can we prevent them?
One thing, ma'am, your data, whatever you are giving in the internet, right, it needs to be reviewed on a regular basis. In the previous session, I was mentioning that your Gmail account, you will be creating it only once. You will be giving password for only one time. The next time you will forget your password. You have to go update your password, then you have to revive it, then you have to come back. On a regular basis, you need to secure your data. AI can help you find there is a threat, but it cannot replace your password. Because your password is your privilege. You need to give access. Your fingerprint is something which is more valuable, right? No one can keep your fingerprint. So you have to update it. So when you are, see, the corporates are more intelligent, because what I say is, they give an agreement statement that you agree so and so terms and conditions. I am sure 100% no one would have reviewed it. You will just tick, allow, accept, download, give your data, complete. You will not even review what's there in it. If there is something in the terms and agreement that your bank account can be accessed, will you be allowing it? Will you be allowing it? You will review it, right? So that's so. That's how you need to review it. Internet has come. We have to secure our own data. It's our responsibility. AI can help you find the threat. That's all. Any other?
Hello, sir. Can you tell me what are the qualifications and skills you have to achieve in banking, financial, and TCS? You might know, sir.
What are the qualifications you need?
And the skills also.
Skills. I would suggest one thing. Learn deeply. Practice your skill set. Have hands-on. Because nowadays, what the organization expects is, obviously, you need to have some hands-on experience. You know, there are multiple workshops in internet, like AWS skill set, Google Analytics. So there, if you have an interest in identity access management, for example, I am saying, if you register in Amazon, you will be given a workshop for 1 day or 2 days to practice on it, like giving access, revoking them, provisioning access certifications. When you have a hands-on, right, you will have the eagerness to learn more. So though you are being theoretically been learning many things, the skill set which you have to develop is, you need to work on it. Learning is not enough. You need to have some hands-on. That hands-on experience can be easily given now in the recent times. Many opportunities are being opened in Google, IBM, Amazon to learn whatever you need. If you are focusing on programming, right, AI-driven programming or AI-driven SOC analyst or AI-driven access management, there are multiple kinds of courses. Do some specific certifications. And on a quarterly basis, personally I would say on a quarterly basis, if you can review whatever is being updated, you can progress yourself easily. If not quarterly basis, at least half-yearly basis. You can learn some certifications. You can do some certifications. Certifications merely cannot help you get a job, but it can help you to upgrade yourself. Once you get a job, it can help you to upgrade yourself. If you want to look standalone, do something unique. Propose something unique. That's what company needs. You know, almost yearly wise, India is spending crores and crores of money for losing the data. if you propose something to save the data, that will be a huge impact. So that kind of a thing can come up only if you have some hands-on. Okay.
And another one, as you said, the AI is going to prevent and detect the threats and spams in various applications. But how can the human will do the same job, sir? It will be less chance to get into an offensive or defensive sector, sir.
That's what is being done now. Actually, manual interventions have only been done now. So, see, you will have, previously we were having admissions only through papers, right? The papers, they will do verifications of your account. I mean, for an admission, for example, for an admission, if you put any application, right, before computers came into place, they will review the application, find out your identity, then they will process it. That's how it was done. Now, computer has replaced that manual intervention. From that, computers, there are many people who analyze the data, do that manual governance and all. That is also tedious because we have a lot of data being processed. For that, AI is coming into place to concise, to make it easy. You are having, say, 10,000 threads, manual threads, but everything is just a thread, not a suspicious one. You will be having one suspicious one among the 10,000. That can be detected through AI. That's what is being proposed.
Thank you so much.
Anyone else? Really? More issue. I mean, his question was what I am working as an IAM analyst. I have did three things. One thing, first thing, that is user access management. As I said before, there are hundreds of people here. I will be creating your account. I will be giving a password, one-time password, which you will be replacing it with your own password. I will be giving you access. I will be governing your level of access. I will see what you are doing. I can track down with the system from the back end, like what are all the things you are accessing with the identity what I have given. I am giving you an ID. I am managing it. I am governing it. Also, I will be creating privilege accounts. You are a normal user. Say for your professor, I am creating a privilege account. He will be having a second level of access. He can see what you are doing, but he cannot edit it. Whereas I can edit it. So I am the main person who is creating, managing, governing your identities. So it's not me. I will say as a team people. We were 6 people creating accounts for users. There will be contractors, permanent employees, and one-day employee. Across the globe, there are multiple kinds of people who work for every organization. Those they give limited data. For a contractor, we don't need much data. For a 6 months time, he will be working, he will be going out. After the 6 months, my role is to govern whether his ID is not being used again or is not being misused. I need to govern the data, govern the identities. So I have to manage, if say you are all into an organization, I have to manage your level of access, your identities, whether your data is being misused or someone else is using someone's data. These are technical things from the back end which I have to govern. As an IAM analyst, I was doing this. Anyone else? Prompts. You have to learn prompts. There is a course called prompt engineering. I hope you have come across that. Prompt engineering. So it's not a,
As you already mentioned earlier, once you enter into a TCS, you have gained a lot of experiences in your cybersecurity journey. Can you please share your experience? What are your
Sure. So I worked in 3 accounts there. So first account was Ahold LIC. I mean, I'm telling the client's name. It is Ahold LIC. That is a Europe retail shop. Okay. So they used to, as you see here, you have some hypermarkets, right? They will be giving some card. You will be given discounts. So you take this card, sir, you will subscribe for it. You regularly come and purchase. We'll be giving you discounts like that. There's a hypermarket in Europe, which is called Ahold LIC. It manages everything, right? Like they are a hyperstore. So creating those user accounts, segregating the employees, segregating the customers and contractors. That is, some people will be supplying, right? Supply chain logistics, maintaining their identities. So those user identities I was managing with 3 tools. One is ISIM, ISAM, LDAP. So these 3 tools I used there first. And second account was BB&T. BB&T is Truist Bank account. It's a US based client. So there my work was to onboard applications, creating applications, giving them user access. Say, for example, let me simply explain you. There will be a proposal given. So and so specifications, we need the application. They will be specifying whether it's a connected application or a disconnected application or a hybrid application. The differences here is you need to program the connectors. So what are the connectors I'm saying is, the connectors is something which connects the application to the OIM, which I work with. So there the tool was OIM, Oracle Identity Management. I did OIM. So now it is upgraded to OIG, Oracle Identity Governance. So 12C, the version is 12C. OIG, OIM 12C. Okay? So we used to onboard applications, create connectors, custom connectors. See, if there is an Active Directory, I need to merge it with my application. I'll be creating a connector. I'll be connecting it with Active Directory. I'll be managing the OIM to infuse it. That's all. I'll implement it inside. There will be a set of users, say 10,000 users or 3,000 users who need to get access by default. We will onboard the application OIM. From the development phase, we will move it into test phase, then to UAT, then to prod. When it goes to prod, right, the users will be hitting it. So that was the second part. And the other part was user access management. The Woolworths, the client name was Woolworths. It's in Australia. It's also a hypermarket kind of client. I was creating user accounts, privilege accounts there. Finally, I worked with USAA. There, CyberArk was a tool. I think everyone can note this down. CyberArk is some tool that is a privilege access management tool, which you can learn and you can get certified. There are multiple options to get job with respect to CyberArk, if you do. So there are multiple privilege access management tools. Among that, I work with CyberArk.
What are the functions of those 3 tools, like ISAM, ISIM?
One is for governing the user accounts, ISAM. ISAM is for governing the servers, systems. So managing IPs, managing the firewall. So these were all done through ISAM. And the next part is LDAP. LDAP is to modify the user accounts. If he's a contract user, he will be having a limited access. Giving them instant access is being easily done through LDAP. So these 3 tools. When it comes to OIM, it was for same activity can be done to OIM, but my responsibility was to onboard applications. So all these are identity management tools. Whatever I am saying, ISIM, ISAM, LDAP, OIM, forgot to mention Azure AD. Azure AD is presently known as Entra ID. Entra, E-N-T-R-A, Entra ID. So all these tools, right, are in cybersecurity. There are various responsibilities. Either you will be given to onboard application, or you will be given to create user accounts, whatever it is. So there are multiple activities. So you just have some certificate. You can search through Google, or even you can use DeepSeek. So you can use DeepSeek to know what are all the certifications which are related to these tools. So you can do it easily.
Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you.